Great news, nerds. I have fallen down another rabbit hole, and I'm once again here to take you on the same journey that I went on. Now, it all started last week when I was watching my beloved Philadelphia Phillies. That's a baseball team, FYI. I was watching them on the MLB app. And watching sports is the only time that I really get to see television commercials. And I think that relative rarity makes me perk up a little and pay more attention to them, just at least on a sociological level, as an observation. And I was really rewarded because while watching, a wholesome older lady appeared on my television to give me some sage advice. Allow me to share that with you now.
I was a nurse over 40 years, and I'm still working in the health field. Fruits and vegetables are very important for our diet. I recommend Balance of Nature to everybody that I associate with.
Now, as someone who has accepted that we live in a dystopia, I'm happy to say that I got nothing but a hearty chuckle out of a former nurse stressing the importance of fruits and veggies while a camera zooms in on 2 pill bottles reading fruits and veggies. It's like a scene from Idiocracy or Back to the Future 2. Like, doctors say that the key to health and happiness is genuine human connection. That's why I never forget to take my daily dose of genuine human connection pills from Friend of Pharma. Anyway, I posted about this on social media, and then I immediately thought, hey, nobody's going to believe me because this is probably some obscure local ad, a small brand that can only afford to advertise on the app for Philadelphia Phillies afternoon games. So let me go online and find the spot so that I can share that as well. So I searched the internet for fruits and veggies supplement commercial, and I immediately saw the tiny white tip of a bunny tail disappearing down his little warren, because on the first page of the Google results, I found an article from consumerfraudreporting.org that claims these supplements produced by a company called Balance of Nature are overpriced dried food pellets with massively exaggerated health claims. They say that some of those claims include the following results from taking their supplements. I feel better. I can hit the ball farther. I could coach better. I noticed immediately my energy levels picked up. Even with not a lot of sleep, I could function and be the mom I needed to be. It helps you see better. It helps you think better. I've noticed my dreams are better. After taking Balance of Nature, I can do a kickflip. And the next day, I wasn't even sore. Holy shit, was that Tony Hawk?
Yo, do a kickflip!
I also learned that these pills cost nearly $45 a bottle. And as you might have guessed from the title of this video, that wasn't the end of things. Like, there was so much more to discover. But let's back up. So first of all, in case you're new here, let me just say that most of the people watching this probably don't need any kind of supplements of any kind. As I mentioned in a video last month, supplements in the United States and many other countries are not well regulated, so you might not even be getting the ingredients that they claim to have in them, just as you may be getting extra unknown, potentially hazardous ingredients. And even when supplements do contain beneficial ingredients like vitamins, they are wasted on the average person with a normal diet. Yes, even the terrible American diet. It's ridiculously easy to get all the nutrients you need from the food you eat. That said, not everyone is the average person. So if your doctor recommends you take a supplement like mine did back when I lived in Buffalo, New York, and I had a severe vitamin D deficiency, not a euphemism, you should do that. Follow your doctor's advice, especially if you're suffering from a debilitating illness that can negatively impact your uptake of nutrients like pregnancy. So yeah, talk to your doctor, but otherwise you can probably skip the entire supplement aisle at CVS. Just go straight to the one where they're selling snacks or last season's weird shit at 75% off. While supplements are already something you should be looking at with a skeptical eye, Balance of Nature is a supplement that you should just not look at all. Just turn away. Pretend that you're Indiana Jones and Balance of Nature is the Ark of the Covenant, which is funny because the Nazis in this metaphor are literal Nazis because it turns out Balance of Nature has been advertising all over Fox News, conservative talk radio, and other right-wing propaganda outlets.
And don't forget to use discount code Fox News.
Balance of Nature was founded in 1997 by Dr. Douglas Howard. And I know that your first question is, hold on, Is he a real doctor? And the answer to that is Dr. Howard has never practiced in the medical field and has never claimed to. However, Dr. Howard earned his Doctor of Chiropractic degree at Cleveland Chiropractic College and had a very successful practice. He was invited to study medicine at Pavlov First Medical Institute in St. Petersburg, Russia. Now, those tweets from the Balance of Nature shitter account in March of 2020 have since been deleted, so I might be out of date on my info here. Maybe Mr. Howard's hobby during COVID quarantine was becoming a real doctor. I don't know. But per this information, no, he is a chiropractor, which is a profession that merely flirts with real doctors. Also, for the new crowd, chiropractic is a pseudoscience that was founded as a way to supposedly cure everything that's wrong with you, including things like cancer, just by manipulating your spine. Even the chiropractors who today only treat back issues tend, according to the data, to be no better than physical therapists, but slightly more likely to kill you, like by giving you a stroke or snapping your neck. So maybe avoid those guys. Mr. Howard decided to start selling these supplements in which he claims that he flash dries 16 different fruits and 15 different vegetables and grinds them into a little powder, which goes into a pill that you take 3 of every day. So let's see, there's 90 pills per bottle, which at $45 means that's 50 cents a pill. So you're spending about $3 every day to get your fruits and veggies, which Balance of Nature claims qualifies as whole foods. Now, back in my day, whole foods referred to foods that were, I'm not sure how to describe it exactly, like whole foods, not flash dried and processed down into a little powder and put in a pill. I guess now the term whole foods is kind of like clicking on a floppy disk to save something or going to twitter.com to access the well-known X app. It's a skeuomorph, an anachronism, a vestigial remnant of a bygone era. Anyway, it seems like it took a while for Balance of Nature and their stupid claims about their whole foods to come to the attention of authorities. But in 2018, the Better Business Bureau was getting enough complaints that their national advertising division reached out to Balance of Nature and asked them if they would voluntarily substantiate some of their more egregious claims. When Balance of Nature shockingly ignored that request, the NAD tagged the U.S. Federal Trade Commission and asked if they could, do their job and get this particular corporation to stop lying to consumers. The FTC responded and said that they were going to pass due to resource allocation and enforcement priorities, suggesting, sorry, they've got bigger fish to fry. But the following year, the Food and Drug Administration stepped up to do their job. As I've mentioned before, the FDA doesn't need to approve supplements before they hit the market. But if they suspect a product of being dangerous or mismarketed, they reserve the right to take action against the company. In February of 2019, FDA agents inspected the Balance of Nature facility and found serious violations of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act and applicable regulations. Balance of Nature objected to this, resulting in the FDA further reviewing the company's website and YouTube channel and finding so much bullshit they issued them an official warning letter. Some of the violations included claiming that their products could lower cholesterol, treat asthma, improve insulin function for diabetics, prevent pneumonia, treat cancer, and even treat multiple sclerosis. Further, they found that Balance of Nature's manufacturing process had insufficient quality control measures. Unfortunately, I can't find any follow-up to that warning letter, despite it ending with a request that Balance of Nature reply within 2 weeks to detail how they plan to correct all these things. But things are still happening at a more local level. First, in 2020, Douglas Howard appeared on the Joe Piscopo show, which I've been informed is a thing that really exists, implying that Balance of Nature can help against COVID. That led to consumer watchdog group Truth in Advertising to file complaints against the company with the FTC and the FDA. I also found that in April of this year, a DC law firm specializing in consumer protection filed a Freedom of Information request with the FDA asking for the details of their February 2019 inspection of Balance of Nature's facilities. So That bodes well. Even better, just a few weeks ago, the company, which is also known as eVig Group, settled a lawsuit brought by district attorneys here in the Bay Area and in other parts of California that has them paying $850,000 in civil penalties and investigative costs, along with $250,000 in restitution to customers. Now, honestly, $1 million is probably a drop in the bucket for many of these supplement companies, but it's a good start. In addition to all the previously mentioned problems with Balance of Nature's products, this lawsuit also called attention to their shady subscription service that violates California state law by charging a monthly fee without clearly disclosing terms, not giving customers an adequate acknowledgement of enrolling, or not allowing customers to cancel online. The company now has to notify all California customers from the past 6 years that they are eligible for a refund, and they have to stop using deceptive advertising, at least here in California. I assume that means on the MLB app too. So I don't know. Maybe I'll email those district attorneys. Normally, this would be the point where I would wrap up the video. You know, what a scummy company. I hate that they're tricking people into taking worthless pills for real illnesses instead of getting help from their doctors. I hope other states crack down, and I hope the FDA finally comes through with a big slapdown. Maybe I'd have a call to action, like, let the authorities know if you see Balance of Nature advertising in your state, blah, blah, blah. Smash cut to my adorable dog doing tricks for cheese and a humble request that you like and subscribe. But this is not where this video ends, because my dear nerds, this is not where the rabbit hole ends. After further sleuthing, I discovered that Balance of Nature isn't just a snake oil business. It also has an unsettling connection to occult. Balance of Nature is based in St. George, Utah, which was settled in 1861 by an apostle of Brigham Young's Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, better known as the Mormons. Nearly 2/3 of the city's current residents identify themselves as Mormon. With that in mind, you might not be surprised to learn that, a lot of people who work at Balance of Nature are Mormons. Maybe even a lot of the leadership. Who cares, right? Well, some of the non-Mormon employees do seem to care, at least over on Glassdoor, where they complain about strong LDS religious culture and core values, heavily religious LDS, and despite the free smoothies, can't bring coffee or any kind of caffeine into the office, presumably because the LDS Church forbids hot drinks and many Mormons extend that to mean all caffeine. That sucks for non-Mormons, but, as long as the company is upfront about their values, who cares, right? Well, hold on. It gets worse. In several Glassdoor reviews, employees don't just mention LDS, but FLDS. The F stands for Fundamentalist Latter-day Saints. And while most people consider Mormonism to be a bog standard religion, FLDS is without a doubt a cult. While the mainstream Mormon church has evolved over the years to conform to American standards of decency and rule of law, the FLDS holds on to those original concepts of things like polygamy, in which a man can have as many wives as he wants, with 3 as a minimum, placement marriage, in which the church leader can take or give wives to other men, the forced marriage of underage girls who are often married off to much older men, and the serpent seed belief that Black people are the descendants of Cain, whose father was not Adam, but Satan himself. So these are all things that used to be a part of mainstream Mormonism that they wisely decided to get rid of, but the FLDS cult still holds on to those principles. So, is Balance of Nature run by FLDS adherents? I can't say, but I can say that several employees specifically mentioned things like, if you're FLDS or very LDS, then it will be very comfortable, and very strong polygamist influence, very unsettling. And the company's headquarters are located about a 1 hour's drive from the center of FLDS territory, Hilldale, Utah, and Colorado City, Arizona. That's the fundamentalist Mormon community that was run by Warren Jeffs, the pedophile currently serving life in prison for 2 felony counts of child sexual assault after 5 years on the FBI's most wanted list. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so a few employees at Balance of Nature said that there were FLDS and polygamous vibes at the company, and they're a gallon of gas away from the cult's ground zero. That's not enough evidence to really make a big deal out of it in a video. And you know what? I agree. That's why when I said earlier that Balance of Nature is connected to a cult, I wasn't talking about the fundamentalist Latter-day Saints. That's right. One final twist. The cult that I believe Balance of Nature is most closely associated with is actually Scientology. Yes, Scientology, the Thetan, Tom Cruise, anti-psychiatry, all hail Xenu, L. Ron Hubbard, LA-based science fiction scam cult itself. And let me tell you, the evidence for their connection to Scientology is even stronger than the FLDS stuff. My first time noticing this connection was when I found a Reddit post from about a year ago where an employee of Balance of Nature posted this on r/mildly infuriating. This is Balance of Nature, a company that doesn't pay employees what they're promised, forces religion, Mormonism, and Scientology down employees' throats, withholds payment and advancement until Scientology courses are completed, keeps the top of the pyramid strong, and keeps employees angry. And this person included photos showing a screen in an office with a quote from the Book of Mormon, and another that reads, "Righteous living, we live to please the Lord no matter who is looking." Redditors in that thread did not give a shit. They gave this post a scant 12 upvotes and commented things like, then that must all be pretty apparent in the job interview, especially the religion parts. Seems like anyone working there actively sought out a job with them, so not sure what the problem is. And then the OP responded to explain that it's definitely not said in the job interview. You learn this as you go and the longer you stay in the company. They go on, you can't even complete training without taking the first lesson in the L. Ron Hubbard business courses. You also can't get higher in the company or get raises unless you have completed a certain level. One of the lessons is sitting across from another person while you both silently stare at each other without saying a single word for over an hour, or you fail and start all over. And by the way, that OP goes on to say that they think that the product is really great. So this is a relatively unbiased opinion. Sure enough, over on Glassdoor, multiple employees mentioned Scientology. Even the person who mentioned very strong polygamous influence says they could have looked past all of that. Then comes the Scientology influence. Again, a bit unsettling. L. Ron Hubbard business model. One person advises management, leave religion out of the business place, stop trying to force employees to bend to some psychosomatic blend of Mormonism and Scientology and just run a business as a business. I don't think they meant psychosomatic. I think they probably just meant psycho, but you get the point. You are required to attend Hubbard Business College every month as part of your job, notes another person. All of this led me to find this post from February 2021 from prominent Scientology critic Tony Ortega, who confirmed that Hubbard Business College, a Scientology front that promises an unaccredited college education based upon L. Ron Hubbard's teachings, has an outpost inside Balance of Nature's headquarters. An employee wrote to Ortega that they actually set aside time in a lot of meetings for managers to testify about how Hubbard has blessed their lives. And they included a sheet from a new hire packet that says, Balance of Nature pays for instructors of Hubbard College to travel to St. George and offer courses each month. All employees are encouraged to attend each month and are allowed to invite their spouse or family members with approval through a CSW. Credits earned may be applied to a business administration degree. Attending Hubbard College is not mandatory, but is certainly encouraged. For more information, speak to your manager. Ortega also noticed that Douglas Howard's son, Lex Howard, who is apparently the current CEO of the company, is featured on the Hubbard Business College website, where he gives a testimonial about how several Scientology courses changed his life for the better. Also, at least one of Balance of Nature's TV ads features a chiropractor sitting in front of the Scientology admin or green volumes with advice from L. Ron Hubbard about how to run businesses. More than a year later, in May of 2022, another Balance of Nature employee sent Ortega this video showing Scientology texts in the Hubbard Business College classrooms, as well as throughout the Balance of Nature headquarters. Professors from Hubbard College will be here teaching classes every day starting next week until the end of the month, the employees said. I've heard there's dozens of people in attendance each day. We only have 400 employees, so we potentially have 10% of our workforce in Hubbard training regularly. So yeah, there you have it. No more twists. That's the end of the rabbit hole. One company that managed to combine snake oil, chiropractic, Scientology, and Mormonism like the Voltron of bullshit. I would have called it the turducken of fuckery, but Molly Jong Fast beat me to that term the other day, but I think it still fits here. So, is that where you thought this was going? Did you think that the title was clickbait? I have receipts. I back it up. Let me know in the comments anyway. But yeah, that's for real the end of this video. Smash cut to Indy.
Indy, sit. Shake. Good boy. Up. Lay down.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you think the world could use more videos like this and you happen to have a few bucks laying around, head to patreon.com/Rebecca and join an awesome community of nerds like the people whose names you see on the screen right now. Thanks.